chong, ching chong, go home, ching chong. You don't belong in this country. Those were the names. The names that I heard every single day from the time I was 6 to the time that I was 9 years old. I heard those names as I was going to school, as garbage was thrown at my bus. I heard those names when spit ran down my tear-stricken face. I heard those names when children's fists on the schoolyard clashed against my own. Can you imagine what it's like to be called a name that's not your own as you're being attacked? Esteemed judges and people watching all over the world, thank you. Thank you for listening to this speech. Today we're going to talk about the importance of 2 historical events. These events have radically improved not only my life, but the life of my family over 3 generations. The first event is the Declaration of the Right of the Child, signed in 1958. The second event is the Convention for the Rights of the Child, signed in 1989. These 2 historical events, this amazing work done by the United Nations, has taken my family from being nameless to being named a citizen, to finally having meaningful rights. The story begins in Indonesia right after World War II. My father was born to 2 Chinese parents in Indonesia, but they did not have a legal name because they had Chinese names. In order to become something else, to something meaningful, you had to get an Indonesian name. And they tried, but it didn't work. My grandfather died when my father was only 6 years old. Can you imagine what it's like to be only 6 years old and not know where your next meal is going to come from, where you're going to sleep? And can you imagine it getting worse as the people around you attacked you with the name Sina, Sina! Again, attacked with a name that's not your own. But it got better, because in 1959, the UN, the United Nations, agreed that this is not the right way to treat children, and they created the Declaration of the Right of the Child. But it wasn't enforceable. It was like a name without a meaning. Fast forward to 1976, Canada. 2 immigrants, my parents, gave birth to me. And they were proud because we finally had a legal name. Yay, Tio. And they were proud. Oh, 我是中国人. Yeah, we made it. But I didn't feel that way. I hated my name. I wanted to be called Jeremy McTeo. Or maybe something like Jeremy von Tielstein III. Anything. Anything but Tio. Because that name told me that I was different. That name told me that I didn't belong. And then there was the Convention of the Right of the Child in 1989. This convention said that these ideals about children's rights could finally be enforced by law. If we move to today, I look at children all over my fine country of Canada, and I think about how things have changed since I was a child. I look at my son, for example, and I am so confident that he will never feel the pain that I felt. Because if he's attacked for his name, my country will defend him by law. If he's without food or shelter, my country will come to the rescue because of the Convention of the Right of the Child. In conclusion, Let's do this together. Let's support the UN in moving children from being nameless to named to finally having meaningful rights. I found out what the meaning of my Chinese name is. My name in Chinese is Zhao Ji Yu, which loosely translates to child of the universe. Aren't we all children of the universe? Shouldn't we all work together to help all of the children, no matter where they come from, finally have a name, finally have meaningful rights? Let's all take a moment and contemplate about how valuable this work of the United Nations is. Thank you.